Well, um, that was disappointing. It's so annoying because right now what I should be doing is I should be enjoying this crazy, insane Madrid derby that's going on right now. But instead, I gotta talk about, I gotta talk about these guys. Um. Oh, and they scored again. I don't even give a shit. Um. You know. You know. What makes this crazy is if you go into halftime. At halftime, this score line that we ended up with is not at all what it was looking like, bro. I think it speaks to a couple of things here. I think it speaks to the importance of killing teams when you're on top. I think it speaks to the importance of staying disciplined and making not making stupid mistakes. I think it speaks to the importance of keeping a cool head as the manager and not throwing all the toys all into the bin. I think it speaks to us players being able to stay calm and disciplined even in adverse moments and adverse environments. And yeah, basically the players did absolutely none of that. Like literally if there was like a step-by-step process of what not to do when you get a bad red card because you're under pressure, this was about this was about as close to the protocol as possible. I mean, obviously, last week already, you would with Manchester United, it was a red card there. Red card today. Stupid equalizer with Brentford. Like there's literally 7 points just completely dropped that didn't need to be dropped. Chelsea can't continue doing this. They just can't. And I think if we're gonna how we should do this is I'm gonna split this up into two sections. So first we're gonna talk about everything that went wrong, specifically after the red card. Um and kind of just what needs to change. And then before that, and then we're gonna talk about what was going on before because before that, they were actually playing well. The first half, they were playing pretty well. And obviously when you lose in the manner that you've lost, that is going to be lost in the overall narrative of what's going on here. So let's pull up the match stats, man. Let's pull up the post match stats, man. This is just shit, bro. I'm actually I can't believe what I'm looking at right now. I can't believe what I'm looking at. Um, God, bro. You have to be able to remain disciplined. Um, that's a must. That is a must. And there is no reason, 10 men or no 10 men, that 3 goals needed to be conceded within the space of 13 minutes. I guess plus stoppage time, right? So I guess technically more like 23-ish. Um, and for the life of me, I do not understand why Maresca likes to take off every single attacker during the red cards. I don't understand the thought process. It doesn't make sense to me. And it will never make sense to me. If you have a red and you know that you're going to be conceding possession, you know that the other team is going to be controlling the game and forcing you deep Why would you not want an outlet that could take advantage of that open space when it breaks? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. Then you look at a player like Enzo Fernandez, who's not the strongest defensively. Why would that not be the first player you decide to take off if you decide to take off somebody? Because again, like I said, once you get to the point where you have a red card, it's not as if his presence is needed anymore, because it's not, right? Like if you because usually a player like Enzo Fernandez, you have him because of what he does on the ball, at least allegedly what he's supposed to be able to be good at on the ball. And if he's not doing that, and if he can't do that, because again, no more possession because you have less men, why is he playing? What is he going to do? He's not going to do anything. I thought Cucurella today defensively, like I'm not gonna lie, Mente had him on stretchers, bro. He had him even in the first half. He was on demon time. I can't lie. And then, bro, we get onto the subs, bro. Malo Gusto, bro. Malo Gusto, Achapong, Badiashile. Genuinely, I don't know what to make of. I don't know what to make of any of you guys. Malo Gusto had an opportunity to an open space when Chelsea were still up in the game, and this dude chose to Ronaldo chop it back towards the chaos, and then just not do anything. He is the one that gets burned for the Minte cross that ultimately equalizes the game. I'm not gonna lie to you. I also thought Achapong too. Like I thought on the ball he was okay. He did have like one dribble where yeah, bro was just trying to do way too much above his pay grade, and it almost blew up in his face completely. And then you look at his awareness for again the Welbeck equalizer, and you got to ask where who are you marking? Because if you look at that Welbeck equalizer goal, he's completely unmarked. And and I'm curious. Let's see if NBC has it up yet. Because, bro, I don't want to just feel like I'm chatting here. So the tape doesn't lie. The tape never lies. I don't think they have it up yet. So in the meantime, let's check our. I wonder if the. Okay, there we go. I found it. I found what I'm looking for. So we're gonna go back to doing what we used to do. Obviously we're gonna. Cause I'm not trying to get like copyrighted here. Also, let me know what you guys think about. How do you guys feel about? How do you guys feel about the game? All right, so let's look at everything that goes wrong here. Because again, I don't care about copyright. Fuck copyright. I don't give a fuck. And I want to say again, the tape never lies. The tape never lies, guys. The tape never, ever, ever lies, ever. I want that to be well understood. The tape never freaking lies, bro. So let's look at this. And another thing, I think I will give credit to for Brighton that they used to take advantage of Chelsea's lack of minutes. They had Mente constantly go wide. Like obviously you're not going to see in you. I don't know if you see in the highlights or not, but there was a couple other positive plays Brighton had before they scored. That all came from Mente being so wide that basically the fullbacks couldn't mark him properly. Because Chelsea were more focused on keeping the center, or I guess trying to do that. So we see Augusto is giving him the width, and Mente knows he's faster than him. And he's just kind of biding his time. He's waiting. He's sizing him up because he doesn't respect him. He said, "Fuck out of here, bro." And what makes this even more egregious is I'm looking at these two bozos, and they're both just ball watching. Achipong ball watching. Hato isn't even in position. So Welbeck is just completely free to do whatever he wants if he gets his head on the ball. So Gusto gets beat, and Welbeck has absolutely no pressure. And I really want to emphasize that. I don't know, like, bro has no pressure whatsoever. And if we were to look at the start of this sequence, right? As much as annoyed as I am with Achipong, I'm looking at you, Hato, too, bro. You're the center back. You gotta push back and make sure that you're on side, that you're between him and the goalie. Because I really want you guys to pay attention to Hato's positioning here, because he doesn't do himself any favors to actually stop Welbeck. And as you can see, like I'm saying, he's not marking anyone. And Achipong, I'm pretty sure this dude doesn't check his peripheries like once. Because if he does, I don't know why he's running towards the open space. There's no one there to mark. And even if there's someone there to mark, Caicedo's already there. So he needs to focus and make sure that there's no one on his back that's unaccounted for, which he doesn't do. He marks no one, and Welbeck is just completely free to get that header off. It's disgusting. It's like that doesn't make any sense. That's just terrible awareness. And again, I get that he's young, and there's been lots of talk about how he needs to start, which I don't fully disagree with. But if that's the kind of shit you're getting off, like, bro, you ain't playing nothing, bro. That's just the fact of the matter. I also want to take a look at the red card incident, because I still don't even understand how we got here. I'm gonna be so for real with you right now. So this one's even more egregious, because genuinely, what is going to annoy me the most is this game was under complete control. Brian had literally not done jack up until this point. So they're completely comfortable. They're completely chilling this game. Obviously, you would want the scoreline to be you'd want to be more up by more than one, but hey man, it is what it is. They're chilling, it's fine. The game, they're in complete control. So here, Andre Santos has the ball. He gets the ball from Caicedo, and he just loses the pass. Like, I don't even understand how he screws up his touch this badly. He just screws up his touch so bad, and he's completely flat-footed. So somehow the Brighton player is going to pressure him. And I guess I'm even wondering too, as of why they're the furthest ones back. But here he just tries to shield the ball, He doesn't have a good position because he's trying to shield the ball, but you can tell he's more worried about just getting to the ball first than really stopping the Brighton player and being in between him and the ball. And it's like you need to commit to one or the other. You either need to get to the ball first so you can pass it back to Sanchez, or you need to stop the Brighton player by any means necessary. And he doesn't really do either one. So again, you can see here he's flat-footed when he screws up the first touch. So the Brighton player has an advantage on him when they're trying to get out the ball. And yet at the same time, like I said, he doesn't really fully grasp where he is in relation to the Brighton player, to Matoma, sorry, to really make sure he sealed them properly away from the ball. So he doesn't do one or the other. And then he ends up just giving the ball to number 23 or number 25, sorry. And at this point, he's put Chalobah in a horrendous position as well because there's really nothing he can do. And it's not even as if Chalobah has is towards the middle where he can just kind of protect the goal. There's literally nothing he can really do in a situation like this. And for those that are like saying, "Oh, why doesn't he let him go?" It's like not even as bad as the Manchester United situation where, if he lets Mambuema go, he still needs to dribble and get a 1v1 shot off. Because in this situation, this would be a 2v1. So basically, Brighton are scoring like regardless. And I guess the question here would be, have Chelsea done a good enough job to be comfortable enough that even if when Brighton scores from this opportunity, because that's what would have happened, that they what's it called? That they can easily get back in this game and still play as comfortably as they were in the first place. And the fact of the matter is, no, Chelsea have not done a good enough job to say that's the case. And obviously, you look at the way the team just breaks down after this. It's just one of those things where it shouldn't take, like, any little thing that goes wrong shouldn't just completely break apart a good performance, which is the thing that worries me the most about this team. But yeah, man, it's looking slow right now. Like that's really all I want to say. It's looking really, really slow. And I don't know what to say anymore. Gosh, damn, Madrid got 5 done? That's crazy. That is crazy, dog. We'll probably have to talk about that next. At least gonna have to watch highlights or something first before I can even talk shit. God damn, my computer's being annoying again. But yeah, no, that's gonna be it for this live. I didn't really plan on it being that long, and probably do another one talking about the Madrid game at some point.